morning and afternoon and good evening. Today is the finals briefing for CISS 2026. So congratulations to all of you that you have made it to the top 10 teams. Okay, so congratulations to all of you. So today's agenda, I will cover all the timeline details of the setting up your Kali details for the finals, scenarios, prizes, and some basic network architecture, and of course the rules of engagement. So for today, the timeline, as you can see, today is the 17th August in Singapore. It may be a different time for some of you, especially those in US or the European countries. So now it's 4 p.m. So today is the finals briefing. Then we have the red team familiarization for you on 26th August to 4th September, followed by the opening ceremony, which is also the finals of the first day at 0800 hours, followed by finals, and of course the awards and closing address. So these two sessions require booking. So during my sharing of what is going to happen on these two bookings, my colleague will actually post the booking link on the group chat. If not, we will also email a copy to the red team leads as well. So just take note, you have to book two sessions. One is for your time slot for the finals, and one is a time slot for your getting your familiarized with the VPN and credential login. So for the details of the setup and the red team familiarization, so you have 3 hours per block. So it's from in Singapore time 0 to 12 or 1 to 4 in between 26th August to 4th September. So you are required to test your VPN connection, your accessibility, and of course we will provide internet access to install any additional tools that you need on the VM. So do take note, one team can only book one time slot, and Asian Pacific teams, we are encourage you to book the morning slots because we have different time zones. We hope the afternoon slot we'll try to reserve for teams that are not within the Asia region. And if any one of you do need support, you can contact us through Discord or via the email here. And of course, after you all have finished the booking, set up your familiarized with your VPN, snapshots will be taken only for the form up area of the virtual machines. So VPN profile and credentials will be sent to your team lead through email soon after you book your session. So whether you can SSH VNC RDP to your Kali of your preference. So VPN accounts are disabled by default, and we will only enable them 15 minutes before your session and disable them after 5 minutes after your session expires. So details for the finals. So you are supposed to book for one session, and one session will be 4 hours between 14 September 2026 to 18 September. So one team can book one time slot. Again, Asian Pacific teams, we encourage you to book the morning slot. And same, if you have any support that you need from us, please, you can contact us through Discord and also via the email. Okay, then of course you have to complete as many attack objectives as possible. So this is the basic network architecture. So you'll have a format point area. After that, you'll be connected to our test beds. You will only be able to access one test bed at one time. So later I'll share about more of the scenarios and how the game will flow. So this year is also our 10th anniversary. So we are doing the Team X Marks, the exploit inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean, the Curse of the Black Pearl. So some of you who are familiar with the team, right? So the Black Pearl attacks the town of Port Royal. So the red team, which all of you will take on the role of pirates, seeking to retrieve the gold medallion from Port Royal to lift the curse inflicted on the pirates. So they will navigate the Black Pearl, which is our Marriott testbed, maritime testbed, to the town of Port Royal to infiltrate the port's 5G network. As you penetrate deeper into the 5G core, you'll discover that the gold medallion is secure within the vault, powered by a nearby grid, which is named Epic. So after you successfully attack or fulfill the objective in the power testbed, right, you are able to retrieve the gold medallion. And of course, in order for your escape, we need to pivot back to Marriott, regain control back of the Black Pearl, and sail out to the seas to complete the mission. Okay, then so how does this look like? This is exactly how I have prepared this. So you are the red team, you're on the ship, and you notice that once you have anchored your ship, you need to maneuver or navigate or do a lateral movement to the 5G core network, right? And once you arrive at the 5G network, you need to establish some reconnaissance across the testbed and try to fulfill as many objectives as you can. followed by once from the 5G network, you should have an attack objective to help you to uncover the access of Epic. So once you go towards Epic, you need to fulfill your mission of disable the power, one of the attack objective, to retrieve the medallion. So this medallion is very special and unique and magical. So once you retrieve the medallion, it will grow bigger. So you're supposed to bring the medallion and escape through through merit test bed, which is by the ship, the Black Pearl. And you need to, of course, fulfill another attack objective on merit, hiding your coordinates, and so on and so forth. From there, you can navigate, you can use this ship, all right, set sail all the way to Singapore and retake and receive your prizes for the top 3 teams. Okay. So after the on top of the prizes, we need to take note of the rules of engagement. So 20 minutes before your session for finals, you need to dial into our Zoom or Teams room. We will be providing you through email, right? Start connecting to your VPNs to ensure that your connection is stable, and we make sure that communication and coordination between the white team judges and also the red team through your red team lead. So do bear in mind that we actually record all the procedures for analysis and documentation purposes. We will not share any video to the public, right? This is for us to record for documentation purpose. And of course, the time will start immediately when the judge says begin, and your play time is 4 hours. So enumeration throughout the whole physical test bits, there are no number of limits, but it may minus points. So do take note if you want to do stealthy mmap in a way. I will encourage mmap in a very logical manner, I would say. Okay, next, when you launch attack, you will need to declare the attack objective that you want to achieve and explain how the attack is achieved. So roughly how are you going to achieve this attack objective to the judges? And once the judges say go ahead, you can launch the attack. Then of course the team must verify on their own attack chief when you launch an attack, you expect that your attack is successful. Once you are clear that your attack is successful, you can ask the judge. The judge will give you a last acknowledgement. You fulfill this objective, then you can move on to the next objective. So next, there will be a lateral movement. So this is the flow of the entire test bed, how you will be accessing. You will be landed from your format area, then you will have access to Marriott, to 5G telecommunications, followed by the power grid and back to Marriott. So the total duration of the gameplay is 4 hours, single directional. So once you move forward, you cannot move backwards. Okay, so it's a single directional, and assuming that you want to spend more time, right? That is how me as the white team lead has authorized give you 2 power-ups. One is called the time extraction and one is the teleport. Okay, so the time extraction works based on example, you are in the first test bit on the Marriott ship systems, right? You want to extend, so you can use this power twice, so you can stay for another 30 minutes. So, but bear in mind, your total playtime is still capped at 4 hours. Spending more time on the first test bits also means that you will not be able to you will have lesser time on the other test bits as well, which is the 5G and also the power grid. So once you move forward and you feel that based on your fulfilled objective, you feel that you can score more points in a certain domain, maybe on 5G or merit, you are allowed to teleport back to any one of the test bed of your choice. From there, you will continue to play until the time is up. So this is the 2 power up for the red team to use. Okay. So top 3 winners, your total attack objective score will be tabulated based on the attack journey. The highest point will be up to 400 per objective. Then of course other attack objective that are lower in points are based on their difficulty. That will be shared with you on the actual day. Yeah. Then okay, any questions? Let me see. Can we teleport into the future? Oh, that's a great question. Okay, teleport into the future. You can, but I wouldn't encourage, because once you teleport in the future means that you cannot go back. Right, so bear in mind that you can, but I wouldn't encourage. Yes. Okay, great question from Vincent. Okay, if you are stuck, okay, so Vincent's question is, let's say I'm stuck and I want to teleport to the medallion. Are you referring the example you're in the 5G test bed and you just couldn't figure out, and you don't want to waste any more time to 5G and you want to move to the future test bed? Ah, okay. Mm, okay, so let me just double check the rules. Okay, give me a moment. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can teleport. That will also mean that you're giving up the entire 5G, because if you're stuck there for the longest time, yeah, that will also give you more time at the, I mean, in the future test bed. That's, yeah, you can. Okay, any more questions? Okay, while the questions are slowly coming in, can I also share a little bit more with the red teamers? So on a personal note that I have been working in iTrust and also doing CISS, not as the white team lead for the past few years. I've been doing different roles regarding to CISS. I would encourage, if you all can read a little bit more like EMIR protocols, right? Different protocols in various OT network architecture. I think that would be great. Do we lose points for port scanning? Okay, so um, there is a minus point. I wouldn't say minus point. Okay, so every year, CIS, how we run it is that we will capture all the packets for all teams, all 10 teams. We'll sum it up together, right? So that will be the denominator, and the numerator will be based on that team's number of packets generated. So of course, the lesser packet you generated means the more stealth you are. That means you will minus lesser points. Yes, you do lose points for port scanning. Can we add? Yes. Oh, wait. Can I have my colleague to add in the registration link for registration of the finalization and the finals? Anand, can you please help me to post it in the group chat, please? Or is it posted already? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so do we lose point for port scanning? Yeah. Yes, you can go ahead for Kai Bin, if I pronounce your name correctly. Yes, you can go ahead. That is not an issue. So just something that from based on experience, the more members you have does not mean it necessarily is good. I would say more of, right, in the past few years, I've seen in many teams having a lot of manpower, but they are not really making use, I would say, making use of each member's strength and divide and conquer. So this is my experience looking at how teams have been performed for the past 5 years, right? So a hint to you all, do study 5G network architecture, do study power grid network architecture. They are open source. You can read. If you want to be ahead of the game, you can go research on iTrust Power Grid, right? So I think those are um, um, good ways for you to understand the test bed a little bit more, right? Also consider, if you're all of you are red teamers, so I would, just a word of encouragement, or I would, based on what I've seen in the past 5 years, I would encourage to have a good flow of how you want to run your attacks, of how you navigate your lateral movement. Yeah, that is what I can share with you. Thank you, Anand. Anand has shared the booking links for setup and also your final session. So please, while stock lasts, please, Asian Pacific teams, please occupy the morning session, because we have people from all the way from US, Germany, Belgium, and other countries. So please spare. Any brute force required? No, we don't require any brute force. It's more of a knowledge base of understanding how OT works, right? How things communicate within the OT network, right? And also, what are some of the important processes you need to understand? Are we allowed to use AI? Yes, I would say yes, but do bear in mind we will record every session. Yeah, yeah. Okay, do we have any more questions from anyone? Will we get more documentation info about the system beforehand? Great question. For this year, we have made the decision in the organizing community have decided not to review too much documentation. One of the reasons is because that as part of the organizing team for the past 5 years, we have been preparing very extensively, but we have noticed that no people consume information that we have provided. So that's one. Two is that I think a lot of them is open source. You can Google it, right? If you know how to do your OSINT correctly, lah, of course. Okay, Cohen, I hope I answer you. Probably. Are network ranges and zone documented in the start, or we need to discover it? No, yes, you need to discover it, right? If you have OSINT enough information online, you will save yourself much hassle for that. Yeah, Vincent, yeah, directing to your question. Because I want to share another example again. I have given enough information for past in previous CISS, and people have nmap with weird ranges which don't make sense to me at all. So please bear in mind that if you want to do an nmap, please do it mindfully. I mean, that is very rare, not to that extent lah, but yeah, not to that extent. So I just hope the red teamers, even whether you're academia, industry, all right, so whichever sectors you're from, I think if your fundamentals of even discovering is in this manner, to me, I think you need to work a little bit on how you want to do your lateral movement, how to discover items, how to understand the relationship and discover all the IPs. Yeah, so please be mindful about it. Yep. Any more questions? Am I Gandalf? Gandalf. There are. I am not Gandalf. Gandalf, if I pronounce it correctly. I am not. It's ex-colleague of ours. Yeah, I am not Gandalf. Yes. That also means that you have played before past iteration of CISS. Okay, thank you very much. If not, I will not hold back everybody because we are in different time zones. Some people need to sleep, and of course, yeah. Okay, so again, just a reminder to do your bookings, right? One for your setup, and the other one is for your finals time slot. So so that's the first actionable step. Second actionable step, do a bit more research before you come into the finals. Okay. If not, I think that will be all. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a great week ahead.